some serious problems solved. I wonder if there are serious problems remaining.
Oh yes, there are. There is first of all the problem of the restoration of our language to be the spoken language of our people. We've referred to that already. And then there is the problem of restoring the unity of our country, the problem of partition as it's commonly called. As you know, a portion of our country was cut off. 6 of the 32 counties of the national territory were cut off by a British Act of Parliament in 1920. And we're naturally anxious to bring about the restoration of the unity of the country.
Who's Larry?
The dog.
The dog.
She mentions them. She mentions them.
Larry liked a lot of people, but he was particular in who he liked.
But just to go back to Patricia, you've made a serious allegation about the other man,
Yes,
Patricia.
Gay. Yes.
Are you telling me that you're convinced in your own mind that
I
Eamonn
am, yes,
Casey
Gay.
was never the father of this child?
Very convinced, Gay.
You're convinced?
Now, can I also state that there are other people besides me, and Annie is aware of this, who also knew of that relationship. I'm not the only person.
And this
Are you saying that what Bishop Casey came out and said?
I'm not denying that, Annie. I've never disputed that he has accepted that he is the father of the child. I'm only saying what I feel.
And do you think that maybe I could have put up somebody else? And I never, ever, ever, never told anybody. I never told you who you're trying to say that I named.
I'm sorry, Annie. My memory is very vivid of that, and I can't. I'm not
Fine.
going to go into a harangue with you because that isn't the way I work.
Okay. Let me finish by asking you, Annie, when did you last see Eamonn?
In August of 1991.
91. That was the last time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hope to see him again? He has
that
said
is
that
up-
he has said that he will contact Peter and he will try to develop some sort of relationship with Peter now. But do you?
No, that would be entirely up to Eamonn. I would have no say in that. That wouldn't be entirely. If Eamonn wanted to say something to me, whether it be good or bad, then I would see him, but I would not seek him out, no.
What would you say to him if you met him? Do you?
I would wait for Eamonn to speak with me, and then I would have to take it from there.
Okay, the book is on the record. Presumably, it will become a movie in due course.
That will. Go ahead.
Or a mini television series or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at that now, what is your, in summation, what is your feeling at the moment? Are you filled with sadness about the whole thing? Do you regard it as a tragedy?
I think it is sad in the aspects that if Eamonn had come forward just a little bit and had maybe seen Peter 2 or 3 times a year, this could have been avoided. And I think that's sad. I didn't expect for this to be easy, and I expect that people that are around Bishop Casey would rally around him as I would any friend.
Yes.
I would. I had a friend that was in tremendous trouble, and I rallied around her and gave the best support I could. But I told the truth as I saw it, and there were some things about it that were not terrific in that situation, and but I gave the good parts.
I happen to think that Bishop Eamonn took bad advice when he decided to leave the country. Do you?
He might not have been able to help himself. He might have just been told to do it, and I was surprised. I thought he would stay, to be honest with you.
Okay, it sure is a tragedy, and it's a sad story no matter how you look at it. Thank you for telling us of your
I just
life.
want to say one thing.
Could we have your, sorry, folks.
I think that, you know, people have, everybody's going to have an opinion, and Eamonn is a great man with some defects, as we all are. Like Mike Train said, every man has a dark side to him in the moon. But don't forget, Eamonn harangued me and bothered me to the point where I could never have another child again. And he did say to me, you know, those adoption papers were there. And I'm not saying to end that on a bad note. I actually felt bad for him. You know, I felt sad for him that he would feel that necessary to be actually kind of almost that afraid. And I'm not saying that he was cruel.
He would say he was doing that, Annie, because he didn't have faith in your capacity to look after the child. That's what he would say.
And so I should never have another child. I could never have another child.
I'm only telling you what he would say.
And how do you know that?
I just know that.
You do? Okay. But I have brought that child up well.
Yes, you have.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. The child I gave my heart,
Yes,
body, and soul. And he is, people will tell you he's a good child, and, you know, and I think my child is, if I've done, I have brought somebody into this world that hopefully will continue to do good, and who has been a very good friend to people and has tremendous, he's a very good boy. So he was wrong in that respect.
Is he Eamonn's child?
Yes, he is.
Well...
And you could put me in a firing squad, and I'd say he is Eamonn's child. I have been, you know, I've taken very little out of this book. If there is a movie, God knows, you know, there have been there are no movies, you know, but there have been inquiries. I will treat that movie the same as I have this book. I will take practically anything. I will take nothing from it except if I lose work. I've always worked. I will work. From 3 years from now, I'll come back and you'll see that I still work.
Okay.
All right, that's all I have
Let's
to
end
say.
with a note and say, if your son is half as good a man as his father, he won't be doing too badly.
I'm not so bad either, Mr.
Will you settle
Byrne.
for that?